Lonzo, it is political season, and I want to continue to do the bit that I have where I recite a line to you and you just break the line down. And being that it is political season, I want to focus on someone who you've mentioned in the past as one of your favorite political artists ever, when it comes to hip hop, especially, meaning specifically Paris.
Yes.
From the Bay Area. We've talked about Guerrilla Funk before in the past. Classic song, beautiful beat, and there's a message behind it. So the first line I want to dissect, Lonzo, is from the song Guerrilla Funk, and the line goes something like this. But I never underestimate the fact that America still hates blacks, so I gotta act. Ever since I was 3/5 of a man, it was clear that somebody had to take a stand. So I strive to survive in a place where your worth is determined by a race. Bars, by the way. But what do you think about those bars right there, Lonzo?
Man, that's some of the most real lyrics I've ever heard. That's why I love that song, because it makes so much sense and it's real. You unfortunately in this country, your value is determined by your race in a lot of situations. We're fighting for stuff that everybody else gets for free. It's been that way from day one, and for somebody to put in the Constitution that you are 3/5 of a man is ridiculous. But we had to fight for that. Okay, to fight for the right to be a whole man. We had to fight for our rights to vote. We had to fight for our rights against redlining. We had to fight for our rights against equal education. So we've been fighting from day one. So nobody else had to fight for that. People are mad right now because so many immigrants are coming into various parts of the country, and they get EBT cards, and they got special food, and they get hotel beds. And dude, come on, man. I mean, I don't want to get too political, but again, I understand certain things are necessary. But when you've been fighting, all of a sudden somebody else gets invited to the party. You fight it. You stuck in the back. You was brought to the party.
Not only that, skip the line. They skipped the line.
Skip the line, and you've been fighting. So make you feel some kind of way, dude. That's all. And everybody got their opinion. I know there's asylum and all kinds of different issues that go along with this, but it can make you feel some kind of way when you see people, schools are being shut down so people can have a place to stay. Meanwhile, where the kids gonna go to school at? Then you got
hotels, 5-star.
The brother from New York, the mayor of New York. I watched him last night saying between the EBT cars and it was like 100-some thousand people that's come there that they got to take care of and house. He said it could actually break the bank in New York. That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people. 100,000 people just and I don't know, man. You don't know where they come from between people coming in, money going out. God damn. You got billions going out overseas to help people fight their wars. Meanwhile, we got a whole nother situation jumping off over here. I'm not saying that's a war, but I'm just saying there's a lot going on that some of them billions can cure. Okay? You don't need but a couple billion to cure homelessness throughout the whole country. Couple billion, get everybody into it. It will get everybody into something. Okay? If you got to put them in them high rises downtown LA, then they can't nobody fix. They ain't gonna do that though. That's too much like right. You got office buildings in San Francisco that are abandoned because so many big companies moved out of San Francisco. Meanwhile, you got people living in the streets in front of them. I read an article that there are more empty houses in various parts of the country. It's enough empty houses compared to the homeless people and empty houses around the country. Because you got cities like Detroit who have whole neighborhoods that are abandoned. Okay? They got in Detroit, there are complete communities that have been abandoned because when GM moved out, the people moved out too. I know it's cold, but you're over here for free. You might want to help fix these houses up and get you a place to stay. Or the government can fix them and rent them out. Either way it goes, there are potential places for people to live other than in the streets of California, the streets of the United States. But we got to be more creative and more thoughtful in our process.
Man, there it is, dude. There it is. Let's do another song or another line from Paris. And if you've never checked out Paris, everybody out there, and you like some good political West Coast hip hop, I would highly suggest you check out Paris. Paris, just like the state or the city. I'm saying this one is called Asada's song, and it is a tribute to Black women. Now, the line goes, Lonzo, thinking of you and how the perception came to pass of a queen being just a piece of ass. Don't you know there ain't no future in hurting our own? It's bad enough that the trust and love are gone. My question for you before you break it down, Lonzo, is the Black women the most disrespected group in America? They get it from them. The outsider, they get it from us. I mean, what do you think?
Man, Dusty, you gonna get me in trouble, man. I'm trying not to get canceled.
We're keeping it real, man.
You know what? They've been disrespected, but in some cases they disrespect themselves, man. A lot of ways they disrespect themselves, Doc. You can't expect somebody to wife you when you an Instagram model, OnlyFans model, but ass naked. I can't say even go for that. Okay, you can't be you can't. I was talking about this same thing today with my daughters. We were having a conversation this morning. You got a lot of moms of today that ain't like the mamas of yesterday. Okay, when a mama does something, when a mama of today does something that her young son, or even a daughter, sees as inappropriate, that has an everlasting effect. One thing about being a kid back in the old school, there was two types of events. There was kid events, there was grown folk shit. When grown folks was talking, kids didn't listen. Kids didn't talk. Kids couldn't be in the house in some cases. And you damn sure couldn't be in the room. All right? I tell this story all the time. I remember when I was younger, I told you guys before, I was coming home from the store, and I was about 12 or 13. I passed by the homies. They were smoking cigarettes, regular old Cools, Benson Hedges, whatever they were smoking. Got a little smoke in my clothes. My mama had a fit. Just the thought of me smoking pissed her off to the highest level of festivity. She jacked me up with that mama groove, that mama arm. I got the arm up, and she took me up back up to the street. And she told the homies, if you see y'all out here smoking, you see him walking down the street, you run him off across the street. I don't want to. You can't come up and smell like smoke. Now, that's using that my age. Let's say my age was 12 years old. My mama died when I was 19. So if I'm 12 and she died when I was 19, she was when she died, she was 47. So I think she had to be about 40, 41 when she did this. Okay. She was 40, 41. She looked like a 41-year-old mama back in the day. My mama wasn't on Instagram. She wasn't on Facebook. It wasn't that shit was invented. Okay. So I had to respect her as the mama I saw, not the one. She didn't have an internet version. She didn't have an avatar. Okay. And that's the problem. You got young boys who got mamas that got fat OnlyFans. Mama twerking on doing her thing. And everybody sees this. Now, if you don't see it, but your friends see it, or your friend's daddy see it, or your friend's mama see it, or whatever the case may be, I don't give a damn what you say. Don't judge me. They're gonna judge you. People are gonna judge you. All that no judgment bullshit. That's the biggest bullshit in the world. People are gonna judge you. Okay. And if your son come home, he's 14, 15, and the homie sit up in the pad, or the homie then smash mama, and somehow or another they fall out, and it becomes public knowledge that your mama got knocked down by the homie. So, come on, man. All that right there, that ain't gonna never fly, dude. That ain't gonna never fly. Because most young men want to, especially if there's no man in the house, they want to protect their mamas. If I'm wrong, check me. If I'm wrong, check me. Most young men want to protect their mamas. They look out for them, okay? But if you one of them mamas to say, do like I say, not like I do, whether you a boy or a girl, you have a problem. I've actually, how I know, I've experienced it already. You can't tell your kids to do something and you doing something totally different and expect them to do what you say and not what you do. In most cases, most parents should lead by example.